Hi there, welcome to Long Distance Review. And on this episode, I won't say on this week because I sporadically put these up. I should get more regular, really. But, you know, I have a life, not much more. But anyway, on this episode, I'm going to look at the new album from rock metal titans, Rammstein. And anyone who knows anything about rock and metal will know who Rammstein are. They're, well, if you don't, they are an electro-industrial metal band. Well, that's what I'm going to tag them as anyway. But they're a huge band. They were probably the first of the big hitters that come out this year. But if you have a little look back at the history of Rammstein, they were formed back in 1994. And they're from Germany, if you didn't realise. And they have a consistent lineup all the way through their career, which is really impressive considering their career is now spanning over 25 years. But they've always had a very stable lineup. And the lineup consists of Till Lindemann on vocals. Or actually, before I get too far into this bit, apologies for my German accent, whatever I'm going to try and do in a minute. I don't know how to speak German, much to the detriment of myself, so apologies if this just isn't right. Anyway, I'll crack on. Till Lindemann on vocals, Richard Krusper on lead guitar. I really went for that one. Paul Landers on rhythm guitar, Oliver Riedel on bass, Christian Flake Lorenz on keyboards, and Christoph Doom Schneider on drums. Now, this will be their 7th studio album, and they released their debut album back in 1995 called Herslide. It might have been called that. And they followed it up in 1997 with Sehnsucht. And then in 2001, thankfully, they released the easy-to-say Mutter. And that's probably their biggest album. Mutter's really sort of got them mainstream success, let's say, across, worldwide, not just in mainland Europe. And they followed that up in 2004 with Reise Reise, and then in 2005 with Rosenrot. And then finally, in 2009, they released the album Liebe ist für alle da. Excuse me. Now, anyone who's taken any notice of what I just said will realise that they haven't released anything for 10 years. They had a very productive and prolific career from 1995 to 2009. There was no big gaps between albums. 4 years is about the longest. But this will be their first studio album in 10 years. Now, to me, might just be me, it doesn't feel like they've been gone for 10 years because they're always doing live sets, they're doing festival headlining, they're doing tours, there've been live albums that come out, their box sets out. So it doesn't feel like Rammstein have been away. It's not like when Tool disappear off the face of the earth and no one sees or hears from them forever. This is, it doesn't feel like they've been gone that long. And what I realise is what Rammstein really are a live band, although their studio albums are all predominantly very, very good, where they, their strength lies is in the live arena. So they still tour, they still have these incredible, massive songs. If you've never seen Rammstein live, I implore you to go give it a go. They spend so much money on pyros and fire and stage props. It's just outrageous. It's one of the best live things you can ever see. Anyway, going off piece a bit there. But yeah, 10 years since their last studio album. So let's get in on the album, see what it's like. It opens up with the first single off the album and the first video they dropped off the album called Deutschland. If anyone's seen the video accompaniment to the song, will realise that it's an epic production, this video, and the song really goes well with it. It's very, very well done. On its own standalone, still a very great song. If you like big marching drums and chanting choruses, Deutschland is a cracking song. It's a bit more epic and diverse, I think, than some of their other, the first single drops off albums, let's say. I think it works better with the video, as Rammstein are a very visual band. But still, this is a great song. It's a good Rammstein song. And it got me thinking. Actually, it reminds me, if anyone's... sorry, I should go back on that. The opening to this song has got the same intro to Iron Maiden's Moonchild. If anyone else has noticed that, let me know. Just me, then. Anyway, yeah, it got me thinking, what have they done in 10 years? What's different in 10 years from Rammstein? Now, that's not a criticism. Like I say, Rammstein are a very good band, and they make very good industrial metal songs. Is there anything that they've changed within 10 years? Not really. If you love Rammstein, you will love this album. If you've never liked Rammstein, ever, this won't change your mind. This is Rammstein, basically. They're not going to sound anything different. If you like marching drums, and like I say, chanting choruses, and big industrial riffs, then this will be your kind of thing. I will say the keyboards do seem a bit more front and centre, certainly in some songs like the second single, Radio, and Ausländer, which has got this sort of Euro pop feel to it. Radio's got this big, reminds me of a System of a Down riff in there, but it's a great single, really big, catchy. They've got a great ear for melody, Rammstein. These songs, although I'm a few days late to the party reviewing this, I've been listening to all weekend, and it's really got some earworms on there. Definitely. So what sets them apart from all the other industrial bands out there? Why are Rammstein so big, and what's different with them? Because really, like I say, they just do these big chanting drums and big marching songs, and what's so different? And I just think it all comes down to the live aspect of their band. And I do think when I listen to Rammstein, look, all I can hear is how will this song sound in the live set? And you can almost hear when the pyros will be going off in each song, which is, like I say, isn't a criticism, but I just think all these songs will work a lot better live, and that's not saying they don't work here. But what sets them apart? But Till's vocals have always been a big plus point for me with Rammstein. He predominantly sings in German. 95% of his lyrics are German. But I do love it when he drops in a small bit of English every now and again to sort of emphasise the point he's trying to get across, or because it fits better. It's very cleverly done. He's done it throughout their career. I do like how low his voice gets and how sort of grimy it can get at times. But really, this is Rammstein songs done really well. There's no massive surprises on here. Songs like Sag dich could be taken off Mutter. It's got a real sort of Zwitter feel to it, if you remember the song Ditter. It reminds me of that. Then there's the usual perverted, lechy song they've done before, like Pussy was. They've done one called Sex, which is, front and centre what that one's about. And then there's the usual Rammstein ballad called Diamant, which is very good. Like I say, these aren't criticisms. These are good Rammstein songs. But then there is a bit of a change in here. You get to the song number 6 called Puppy, or Puppa. Anyway, P-U-P-P-E. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's suddenly, there's a bit of a change. It's a real dark, macabre, very interesting song. And it goes along for 2 minutes, very sort of dark and mysterious. Then all of a sudden there's this incredibly unhinged vocal performance from Till. And I've never heard him sound like this. It's just him over some drums. And he just sounds like he's losing his mind. It's done very sparsely and openly, and it sounds very, very good. And that's really the most interesting and most diverse they get on here. And like I say, it's nice to hear them do something new. And that's the first thing on here where I thought, oh, this is a different thing from Rammstein. But apart from that, this is really just a restatement from the band to say, here we are, we're still better than everyone else at doing this. We haven't gone away, we're still ridiculous, we're still completely over the top. But this is Rammstein doing Rammstein very well. It does sound a little bit more polished, this album, I'd say. They have changed producer, and it has a bit more crisp and a clearer feel to it. Less grimy than on, say, Mutter was, which was sounded very dark and grimy, I always thought. But there's a bit of everything on here from Rammstein's back catalogue. If you've always liked Rammstein, like I say, you will love this. It's got bits from throughout their career picked and made better and made, there's 2 or 3 surprises on there, I will say, but it's just a very clear reminder of how good Rammstein are at this. So it's great to hear them back. And it's a really good album. I think it's an excellent Rammstein album, certainly in their top 2 or 3 albums. Let me know what you think anyway. So it's over to the other big hitters coming out this year. Yeah, so we await the Tool album and we await the Slipknot album. And we'll see where they go when they come out. But anyway, tell me what you think of the Rammstein album. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's very, very good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.